everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and we are getting ready to do our weekly Jesus Art Journal Challenge. And there was last week's. Glued that down. Okay, and so we're getting ready to move on to W. Let's see, and that is the whale and Noah. Jonah and the whale. So I've got on here about how it's a prophetic sign of Christ, because in Matthew it says, "For just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the sea monster, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth." And then it gives the scripture about how he was swallowed by a great fish. So I've got a couple of illustrations if you want to use them, and the letter W, and I guess we will get going. Let me pull the 2 prompts for this week. Decoupage something. Okay. All right, that sounds reasonable. And use part of a birthday card. Okay. Elaine Gurus had that one last week, and I saw what she did with hers, so we'll see if I can be inspired to come up with something for mine. So here we go. I'm going to cut my pieces out and be thinking about exactly what I'm going to do, because I am not sure yet. Okay, I think I'm going to lean heavily on my picture here and just do a background that blends with that. I've done that on a couple of these, and I don't know, is that lazy? I don't know if it is or not, but that's what I'm going to do. So I think just, I'm not going to try and completely recreate the background, but blend it so it looks somewhat the same. So blues, greens, even maybe some black. So I think I'll start with, actually, I've got a bigger, let me look at my other, let me see if I can get a blue from this one. This is an ultramarine watercolor, ultramarine blue. So I'm just going to do the same downward strokes that the artist used on the artwork. Forgot to put my blue tape on. And I'm going to go ahead and go over here with it, and then come back and blend some green to it with on that side. I've got a little bit of sap green here too that I think I'm going to start bringing in over on this side. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. This has got some, looks like I got some gesso on there at some point, or it soaked through or something. Okay, I mean, this background will work just as is, but I'm kind of tempted, because it's so dark around the edges, to kind of play that up with some black. So I'm going to get my black. Okay, so here's my black Bombay ink, and I'm going to turn it around so it's at the bottom, and use my spray bottle like we've done before. And here it is, my water. Oh, you guys, you knew I wasn't going to be able to stay out of this paint, right? Let me move some of this so I don't completely wreck it. I think I'm going to have to play with some of this liquid paint. Okay. So, I'm going to tip it. And see if I can use a brush to sort of make it go the way I want it to go. This is the liquid high flow acrylic paint. Okay, I'm gonna try some of the phthalo green. Ah. These are the golden paints, and so they're more expensive, and the more expensive your paint is, the more pigment it has in it. So these have quite a lot of pigment. And I need to hit this with water before it dries. Okay. That just looks like a lot of stripes, which is fine. I'm gonna let that drip onto that paper, or cloth rather. So now I'm gonna do the black. So this ought to be fun, right? Fairly dramatic. And I'm trying not to turn it in this case. You know, Tim Holtz always says turn it, but I want these stripes to sort of mimic what's going on in the artwork. So I'm not going to spin it and let it go different directions. I want it to go up and down. And take a brush over here, kind of blend that. And okay, I think I'm going to let that dry, and that is going to be my background. Okay, so that's going to glue there. And so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing my stuff on, and I think I'm going to continue using my art glitter glue to attach things. Let's see. I still have to decoupage, but I'm thinking, and I hope I don't mess things up, but I think I'm going to decoupage almost the last thing. And I think I'm just going to do a little bit. I've got, so if I put that there, and I don't even know if it'll show, because decoupage things don't really show on dark colors, but I'm going to give it a try. I have actually a piece of coral that I thought I would decoupage sort of this part of this underwater. I don't know if that'll show, but I'm going to try it. And actually, I guess I could go ahead. Got my homemade Mod Podge, which is 2 parts glue and 1 part water. So let me get my brush. And I think I'm just going to put it through. I'm not going to try to put it underneath. I'm just going to put it through the top. Yeah, that's not going to show, I don't think. Just a little bit. Okay, well, that's okay because that was the requirement and I did it for better or for worse. So, okay. And I'm going to glue this right in the middle, I think, like I have it here. And Jonah and the whale, which I'm going to cut some of this white away. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know, one thing I didn't do is I haven't used a piece of a birthday card. So I'm going to have to find one first of all. All right. I found an old birthday card that a friend of mine gave me. And let's see. I wonder if I can, maybe I can use it on the second one. I'm not seeing it. Application for this first one, but maybe. Okay, I'm going to call this one done, and then I'm going to move to the second one. And so I was thinking I was going to do the same thing. So the colors on this, I wonder if I can. I'm going to take this birthday card, cut this apart, and use these. And have them be sort of a frame for this, I think. Okay. So I'm using pieces of a birthday card. But I need to get some color on here, so I'm going to use some golds, I think. Or, well, or not. I got a lot of blue paint in that paintbrush, and I thought I was just going to jump right into the gold, but it's not going to let me do that. So I'm just going to start scrubbing it out. Eventually I'll get to the gold color. And I really need more of a reddish orangey kind of gold. So I'm going to go over to the orange, see if I can get it to cooperate. Ooh. So just kind of looking for some of the same colors that are in the illustration. Sort of, kind of. Okay, so that just gives me a color so that it makes this background pop. And I'm going to let that dry. Kind of maybe blot that a little bit. Got a wet wipe here. I'm kind of blotting with, it's got a bunch of dark ink on it. And I'm going to go ahead. I've been sticking this on. Actually, I think I'll stick this note on my big one just because that's where I've been keeping track of them. Even though some of these I have put on my small journal. I've got one whale left, but I'm gonna leave it out. Just say that was it. So those are my whale ones, and that was pretty quick and easy this week. So I hope you guys have fun doing yours, and I would love for you to get out, come on our Facebook group and post what you're doing. The group is called Jesus Junk Journal Creators. Junk Journals S, Creators S at the end. And come on there and show what you're doing. And I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.